My hair is long.
That's better.
You now have full view of my scary eyebrows.
Video is this medium where anyone can edit themselves to the degree that they want to and present themselves in a very perfect and exact way. And so if we see a video where people are stumbling around with their words and saying and like a lot, then it seems kind of strange to us because we're like, oh, why didn't you just edit that out or something? Which is why I'm going to be kind of doing that today. Not the editing, but the opposite. I'm going to hopefully be doing this all in one take with the assistance of note cards of mine, so that way I don't completely lose track of what I was going to say and then stare off into space for 30 seconds. I'm probably going to be wiggling around because I'm on a chair that spins. And so, yeah. Don't fall over. This is already a minute. Wow. So I'm gonna, yeah, I have a bunch of sticky notes. That's what that one said. Today is Tuesday, July 29th, 2014, unless I can't edit this until tomorrow. And I forgot to do it Monday, because I forgot it was a Monday, because summer. The song of the week is Jeff Davis County Blues by the Mountain Goats, and today's weather comes in the form of a haiku. Let's check out the weather today. Why are windows so far away? Sky very cloudy, yet quite bright and quite hot, as they are trapped by clouds. I hope you're able to see what was outside, because the camera's facing the wrong way. And today I am going to talk about presentation, which is why I'm presenting myself differently. Oh no, my sticky notes got all mismatched. So, obviously, it's very important to, present yourself differently for different situations. Like, you don't go into a business interview the same way that you go to, a party, I guess. Because one, you're trying to be, official and get yourself hired, and the other, you're trying to be social and get friends. And being hired and getting friends, while they have some kind of similarity, aren't exactly the same. And so, presentation is situational. Obviously, I wrote obvi, period, short for obviously, in the most teenagery way. And part of that is with video, and why I started this off saying, hey, it's possible to just edit everything bad out, even though it takes time. It's time consuming, but it is possible. And that's part of why I have respect for people who do stuff like Let's Play. There are a million Minecraft players on YouTube, and I think it's really cool, because while I'm terrible at it, Minecraft is pretty cool. And they present themselves in this strange raw form, because a lot of them just play and then play through a segment without any editing in between, and show them just playing a game, which is a really more raw form of them, I guess. Because when people are playing games, they're more focused on having fun in the game itself, especially if it's a good game. And Minecraft, I think, it's a pretty good game. And also they're able to talk while they're playing, and often talk about, things that aren't specifically happening in the game, which is something that I am not able to do. If you saw the one where I tried to play Super Mario Strikers while talking about something else, it's really difficult. And I found myself just, saying words that I didn't really mean to say, but were just, in my mind, and I'm just I need to be talking right now, but, buttons! Which is something that I think is really cool that John Green does. He is on, Hank's channel game, Hank Games, and he plays, FIFA, as AFC Wimbledon, the Wimbly Womblies, and he talks about, it's basically him talking in a podcast, except he's playing a game, and he's talking about something that's completely unrelated, and he still manages to win, which is amazing. And so, like I was talking earlier with different things needing different presentations, a lot of stuff requires, and usually doesn't get enough, respect or professional representation, I suppose. But often I found that sometimes things get like too professional and they're like really stiff. I always find myself wanting to present things more playfully or with, you know, a little more casualness because then like you get to know each other a little better. Interviews, I think they should be, you know, actual conversations rather than like, you know, being really stiff and just like, oh, well, business stuff, and what more business stuff? Well, this business stuff. Yeah. That's why I always like interviews that ask the question. I think I've had this asked in every interview, or I have asked this in every interview. In the end, they're like, "Oh, do you have any questions?" And I'm like, "Yes. What is your spirit animal?" Because it's a way to get to know someone, and it usually catches people off guard because they're like, "That was an unusual question," and so then you get to see what they're actually like. To a better degree, it's really difficult or even impossible to like show a direct connection to someone else. Which is kind of part of why I like Pacific Rim, because there is a way in the world to directly connect with someone, and directly connecting and understanding someone else is how they are able to be victorious, which I think is a really cool message. You noticed a jump cut right there, because I just did one, because I said a sentence, and I'm like, yep, boop, and then I turn the camera off, and I'm like, wait, I didn't really explain that, so I'm gonna do that. So Pacific Rim, which is a movie directed by Guillermo del Toro, who is one of my favorite directors, and it is my favorite movie. Part of the premise is they have to control these giant mechs, like skyscraper sized, but it's too much of a mental strain, so they are connected. So two people have to pilot them, and then to do that, they're connected through this thing called the drift, where all of their memories and mental stuff is shared. And that's like, that was one of the things that he wanted to do, is have this connectedness, have two pilots. And so, you know, the story was crafted a little bit around that. And part of the message of that is connecting, and connecting with different people is important and a way to like solve problems, because you get different perspectives and different outlooks, and you understand the world differently, and you have a better ability to understand things because you can see it from different sides. And that's why getting a bunch of different perspectives and presenting different ways is important, because there are multiple sides to each person. I have multiple sides. Like, I have a back side, and then I have a front side, and then I have two other sides, and then I have like a face side and a top side, and I have all these other different sides. And that's just like my physical form. In like emotionally, I have different sides too. There's happy Diego, and there's sad Diego, and there's Diego whose hair is too long, and there's Diego whose hair is like not too long. And it takes different presentations to show those different sides of me. And I like to present myself different ways to the same people, so that way they can understand me better. And I hope you all present yourself differently to the same people, so you can get them to understand you better. Now I will end this video, actually. I'll see you next week.